All right, I think we're ready to roll.
You're listening to Words Like That with Cole Powell, a storytelling podcast.
All right, folks, I'm Cole Powell. This is Words Like That. If you're a Bruce Springsteen fan and you're watching this on Patreon, this is something a little bit different. I am doing a reaction to the trailer for the new Bruce Springsteen biopic, Deliver Me From Nowhere, as an episode of the podcast. And that's going to be available on YouTube and Patreon. And then after I finish that, for a Patreon exclusive section of the episode, I'm going to be reacting to the first disc from Springsteen's brand new Tracks to the Lost Albums collection. This is going to be the LA Sessions 1983. That's the first disc on the collection. Just dropped today. This is fresh. Very few people have listened to this. We're going to be one of the first ones to do it. If you're a Springsteen fan and you're watching the trailer reaction on YouTube and you want to see me check out the first disc to the Tracks 2 collection, consider supporting us on Patreon. And I hope I'm going to be able to finish the full first disc. I'm running a little behind this morning. I may only be able to get through half of it. And if I only get through half of it, I'm going to continue to react to the second half and the rest of the collection over the course of the next few months on Patreon. If that sounds like something you're interested in seeing, go support us on there so you can catch those reactions. Before we get started here, I got a little bit of news on the personal and professional front. I've been nominated for three categories at the Josie Music Awards, which is this huge independent music award show held every year in Nashville at the Grand Ole Opry in the fall. And I've been nominated for Folk Song of the Year for my song Outlive My Life. The video for that song, which I directed and starred in, has been nominated for Story Enhanced Performance Video of the Year. And I've also been nominated for Best Actor in a Music Video, which is just insane. Never thought in a million years I would ever get that. So that's pretty cool. It's going to be coming up in November. I'm planning on going up there. Ought to be really fun. If you haven't checked out that video, go check it out on the Randomine Records page. It's on the homepage, the video at the top of the page there. Without further ado, let's jump into this. This is going to be the trailer for Deliver Me From Nowhere. And I see it's actually been titled Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. They've added that prefix there to let audiences know that this is a Springsteen biopic. I've been really looking forward to this movie. Looking forward to this trailer. It's based on the book Deliver Me From Nowhere, which is about the era where Bruce produced Nebraska. Nebraska is my favorite Bruce album. It's the album that really got me into Bruce's catalog when I first started reacting to music 3 years ago on the Randomine Records channel. And this movie is starring Jeremy Allen White, who is a phenomenal actor. I watched him in the first season of The Bear. I thought he did a great job. It's also directed by Scott Cooper, who did Crazy Heart, which is another great music-based film. It was with Jeff Bridges. And another film I've seen from Scott Cooper is The Pale Blue Eye, which is an Edgar Allan Poe adjacent. He's kind of a side character in the film. And the movie was okay. It wasn't that great, but Scott's direction was really good. So with the pedigree in front of and behind the camera and the source material, this has the makings of a fantastic picture. It's also being released by 20th Century Studios. This is obviously going to be one of their prestige pictures for the year, probably going to get a lot of awards nominations. The only thing, physically, I'm not sold on Jeremy Allen White because I don't think he really looks like Bruce, but if he can embody the character, it's not going to be that big of a deal. So really looking forward to seeing how this is going to look. Let's get to it. This is Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere official trailer released 9 days ago.
It's a 305 V8.
Never owned a new car before.
It's awfully fitting for a handsome devil rock star. I do know who you are.
Well, that makes one of us.
Yeah, I mean, he's already killing it.
Mic check.
How's that
Okay.
sound?
Looks about right.
I don't need to be perfect. I want it to feel like I'm in the room by myself.
Man, he sounds so close to Bruce, man.
Here's what I want you to understand. This is not about either one of us.
Because that's Jeremy Strong, isn't it? Another great actor. Yeah, I think I remember he was going to be on there.
This is about Bruce Springsteen. And these are the songs that
Man.
he wants to work on right now.
I saw her standing on her front lawn.
Okay, this sounds like the actual track. Doesn't sound like they got Jeremy to re-record, do his own singing.
I'm going to tell you a little story. When Bruce was little, he had a hole in the floor of his bedroom.
Me and her for
I know they got two. He's really good. Can't
It's
think of his
supposed to be
name.
solid. That you're supposed to be able to stand on. Bruce, he didn't have that.
All right, that's the halfway point. Let me stop it right there so we can be sure to be able to get this up on YouTube without having to go through too many hoops, get this copyright cleared. Yeah, so far, this is looking really good. It is directed incredibly well. Jeremy Allen White is killing it as Bruce. He's got the mannerisms, the voice down. Again, facially, he doesn't exactly look like Bruce. They've got him generally made up, the hair, the clothes, so he gets the vibe, which is really, I think, all you need if you've got somebody of this caliber that can deliver a performance like this. And the one thing I'm curious about here, though, it sounds to me like that they're just going to be playing Bruce's music. That sound like the real tracks from Nebraska playing. Not that they've been re-recorded like they did with Timothy Chalamet on the Bob Dylan movie. And I don't know if that's because Jeremy Allen White can't vocally do Springsteen, so they weren't even gonna try it, or maybe he is gonna be doing some of his own singing in the movie. I personally like it when the actor also sings the part, even if they don't sound just like the original artist. So that's kind of a little personal thing for me there. But as far as the movie, it looks great. It looks like they've captured the era. It looks like that Jeremy Allen White has captured the spirit of Bruce. I love the sound of Nebraska. Once again, my favorite Springsteen record. And I love they're telling the story of Bruce and talking about this is the music that he wants to make right now. It's so different from what he had done before with the E Street Band. Yeah, I'm loving it as somebody who is now a Bruce fan. 3 years ago, I wouldn't have said that, but now I've gone through his entire catalog, plus live shows, documentaries, and still just taking a deep dive. Yeah, I think this looks great. Even if I weren't a Springsteen fan, from a cinematic perspective, the directing looks great. The acting looks great. I am all in. So let's finish this thing out.
Bruce is a repairman. And what he's doing with this album is he's repairing that hole in his floor.
How's his dad
He's
there?
repairing that hole in himself.
Bruce as a child dancing with his mom. If you listen to the audio version of this, I should be narrating this a
He's
bit
going to
more.
repair the entire world.
Trying to find some real in all the noise.
You always do.
They're intercutting with scenes of him being electric and performing with the band and in studio recording the band. Okay, again, that sounds like an overdub of Bruce track. If that's Jeremy, if that's Jeremy Allen White impersonating Bruce, doing a great job. I don't think so. Yeah, he's on again. If you listen to this on the audio, he's sweating down on stage just like Bruce does in concert. Yeah, very realistic, very true to Bruce's character. I think, yeah, they'll look great. Absolutely fantastic. And it looks like that we're mixing in some of, I'm not sure how far outside the era we're going, the production of Nebraska we're going, but we definitely got to see some concert footage recreation there with him performing. Again, I should have been narrating I forget that this episode is going on some audio only platforms. I should have been narrating the trailer a little bit if you're not watching the video. I think most people are going to be watching this on the on a video format anyway. But we got shots of Jeremy Allen White on stage as Bruce, sweating down like Bruce does and putting that energy into it and just belting out. Again, it sounded like they were just using the track. It didn't sound like that Jeremy Allen White is doing his own singing on this. And if he is, that was him, then he just emulated Bruce perfectly. I don't think that's the case. All right, folks, I am out here editing this episode later and got some sauce on my shirt from lunch. But anyway, and I've looked it up, and it's being reported that Jeremy Allen White is doing all of his own singing in this movie. Some reports indicate that he's doing all of it. Others are like kind of ambiguous. Well, maybe he's doing some of it. I went back and listened to the trailer. I really just think that that's Bruce, but if I'm wrong, my apologies, and hats off to Jeremy Allen White because it sounds phenomenal. But it looked like they were being period accurate. It looked like they were staying true to Bruce's story. Again, Jeremy Allen White doing a phenomenal job portraying Bruce in this. Jeremy Strong, also just a phenomenal actor. And I'm not sure if this is going to be how the film plays, but in this trailer, he's kind of the narrator, taking the audience through what this movie's about, what Bruce's intention with the record was at the time. And as a Bruce fan, it looked great. As a music fan, it looked great. As a movie fan, it looked great. I am probably going to go see this opening day if I can, unless it's getting some really, really bad reviews before release. I don't see that being the case. Again, with the pedigree in front of the camera, behind the camera, the source material, I think this is going to be another great hit for 20th Century Studios. And another great biopic. You know, that Bob Dylan biopic we had last year was a Complete Unknown with Timothy Chalamet. Phenomenal. Did a review on that. Go check that out on the Randomine Records YouTube channel or Spotify, Words Like That podcast, wherever you get the show. And I think this is going to be another one. And this is, it had like I already closed the window, but I think they had like 3.5 million views. That's really good for this type of movie, kind of a prestige biopic picture. So yeah, I think this is going to be a huge hit for 20th Century Studios, and I am looking forward to it. If you're watching this on YouTube, we're about to go to the members only, the Patreon section of the show, where we're going to be checking out Bruce's new tracks, to the Lost Album section, that first is. Try to get through as many tracks as we can. So if you want to go check that out, support us on Patreon. And otherwise, let us know in the comments what you thought of that trailer. Are you a Bruce fan? Does this look like it's going to do justice to the boss? Do you think Jeremy Allen White is doing a good job as Bruce? Does the fact that he didn't really look like Bruce bother you? Or would you have rather him done his own singing? Are you fine with the overdubbing? Let us know in the comments. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time.
Can't handle words like that. Theme, Words Like That by Cole Powell. Lead in by Ryan Purser. From Wicked Woman by Four Way Stop. Original cover photo by Kelly Bagwell. Recorded at Randomine Records. Section 107 of U.S. copyright law allows for the fair use of copyrighted material for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, parody, or research.